welcome to the Friday Finish for the week of September 29th, brought to you by our friends at DTE Energy. These summer-like temperatures in Lansing makes it very difficult to believe that we are already in the month of October. But let's get into what's happening in Lansing by starting with a policy update. While most of the chatter downtown is around the budget, more on that in this video later, some of our policy agenda was recently introduced. Having the ability to have 16 and 17-year-olds work on your job site has been an issue since I started at the Home Builders Association in 1996. Currently, you're allowed to have a minor work on your job site if they are in a career technical education construction trades program and are signed up through a work-based learning program. Representative Wolford introduced House Bill 4762 that would allow 16 and 17-year-olds to work on your job site as long as the safety measures outlined in the legislation take place. Keep in mind, one of those requirements is that student has to have graduated from a construction trades or CTE program. House Bill 4762 was referred to the Committee on Economic Development in the House, and we are currently working with the sponsor and the committee chair to have that brought up for a hearing in the near future. Last session, legislation was passed and signed into law that would allow Michigan to have regulations stricter than the federal government. We opposed that legislation. This session, we are supporting House Bill 4160, which was introduced by Representative Gina Johnson, that would repeal that law. It passed the House on September 24th with a vote of 59 to 41, and it is currently in the Senate Committee on Government Operations, which sadly I have to report is where bills go to die. So maybe not this year, but maybe next session. And the last bill I want to mention, this has also been an issue for the home builders for a while, is House Bill 5056, which was introduced by Representative Parker Fairbairn. And this bill would create an advisory committee to promulgate the Michigan Residential Code. And it was referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform in the House. And we will be working with the sponsor and committee chair to have a hearing soon on that. With it being October, the state of Michigan is currently in fiscal year 26. And I have to say this has been an unprecedented process and one that I have never seen before. So it's been interesting. The Michigan legislature needed to pass a budget by 11:59 p.m. on September 30th for the state of Michigan to spend funds in the new fiscal year and not go into a shutdown. In the early morning of October 1, the legislature passed and the governor signed a continuation budget in the amount of roughly $1.6 billion to keep government open. That continuation budget ends on October 8th. On October 2nd, the fiscal year 26 budget and the school aid budget were reported out of their conference committees, and the fiscal year 26 budget is $800 million less than the fiscal year 25 budget. Since Thursday was Yom Kippur, the House and Senate came into session at 10 and noon respectively, and then went into recess. The budgets were brought up for a vote when the legislators observing Yom Kippur returned to the Capitol that evening. And since budgets were reported as a conference committee bill, legislators are only allowed to vote yes or no. There are no opportunities for amendments once those conference reports go into the respective chambers. As these budgets were negotiated by the governor, Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks, and Speaker of the House Matt Hall, both budgets passed in both chambers. If you are a bow hunter, be safe out there, and if you choose to hunt with your car, watch out for deer. Until next week when Bob Filka returns, have a great weekend.